My name is David Ogbuma. This is Dimac Blog. So we're having our first interview of the interview segment. So we're live here in Lagos, Nigeria. We have Bosun Shodipo of the CEO of Big Time Print in Amod in Festac side, Lagos, Nigeria. So Big Time Print is into graphic design and printing services, and they're also brand strategists. So and now also that we're in the digital age, they do a lot of digital artwork, flyers, designs for your brand. So Bosun, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm highly welcome, Mr. David.
So tell us a bit about your background, childhood, where you grew up, how your childhood was like, family and all that.
Mm, my childhood is just the normal same Nigeria. Um, Growing up with since when I was young, it's very hard for me to know my sense of direction when I was growing up. But the more you grow older, the more you find to discover yourself. So my childhood was not that special. Sha. You understand? So I grew up in Okota, in Lagos here, and after then, I went to Djibouti to finish my secondary school. Then came back to Lagos again. Then from Lagos, I traveled to Nassarawa State. Started doing. I went to sell toiletries. That is soap, liquid soap and dry and all those things. So I felt that in that area there, we're going to make it very big. But due to the survival rate there, I was not able to build the business up like that. So in order to survive, I had to go into teaching. I went into teaching, and I was staying with one of my cousins. Then that is Genesis. Genesis, one of my cousin brother. Then so in order for me to survive, I had to do teaching. But the teaching did not just come like that. It started like I was teaching some students for free. Then the man saw me say, "Ah, this teaching you are teaching, can you teach my own child the way you're teaching me?" You know. So that's why I got into the teaching game in Nassarawa State. So the business was booming. So but something happened. It was this book Haram issue. That time it was during Jonathan time. There was a lot of book Haram issue there. So people were afraid that that time the news will tell you that there's bomb blast in the north. They will not tell you that it's one specific place. You understand? They just tell you it's the whole north that the bombing was up. So so people say, "Ah, no, come back home, come back to Lagos, this and that." So I had to go back to Lagos. No, I didn't go back to Lagos because they were asking me to come back, but I came back to Lagos because of one of my parents was sick then. So I had to come back myself. Let me come and take because there was nobody to take care of them. So I had to come back to take care of my dad because of his sickness there. So that's why I abandoned that business. But while I was in Nassarawa then, I was learning printing, which I did not know that I would be using it as a business now. You understand? Because sometimes my brother will ask me to stay in the shop. You understand? I will help him attend to customers, go from one place to another to buy buy some materials for his printing job. So in the long run, I had to leave. I left Nasarawa back to Lagos to take care of my dad. So everything I had learned, acquired, built there, I abandoned it because of I had to take care of, and there was nobody to take care of me. So I abandoned that one. So a little within a short time or period, he died. So I had to now start from square one again. I had to start from square one. I was like, this square one, oh, it was not easy because that time you are still in your discovery age. You're trying to discover, okay, what are you gonna do? What is it you're going to achieve? So I've stumbled at a press because that time I was looking for where I could be doing my printing jobs. You understand? Because I didn't know much about Lagos market. The market I knew, I understand in printing was the Nassarawa and Abuja market. But they said that the Lagos market is far better than those sites. So I said, okay, let me go. I went back. So I started looking for places I could be doing, we could be doing
Okay,
jobs.
before talking about Lagos, so I'm gonna cut you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you learned Nasarawa from your brother in Nasarawa. Was he a printer?
I learned printing.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you
it was
learned
a printer. It was a
printing
printer.
from Nasarawa. He was a
Yeah, I
printer.
learned. Yeah, yeah,
So how many
yeah,
years
yeah.
did you spend with him learning, doing the apprenticeship? Because you were doing it on the side while you were working as a teacher.
Yes,
How
yes.
how long did you
I think it was
spend
like,
with him?
I think I spent like 2, 3 years. I think 2, 3 years, something like that. Between 2 to that 3 years. I spent with
And
him.
what did you learn?
Yeah, that's right.
Specifically, what did you learn?
I learned
What
print.
what kind of printing
I
does it
learned the
do?
trade.
Okay. What does it print?
The
Is
kind
it
of
t-shirts, paper print, or
it print t-shirts,
okay.
majorly paper print because that time we did not have digital printing there. We did not have all these banners. We don't have those DM machine. It was purely analog. You understand?
Okay.
It was maybe it has been existing in Lagos, but I did not know that much. So when I was in Nassarawa, it was still even to tell you at that stage, they were still using hand cutting machine. That one that the that is the old school. Anybody that's a printer will understand what I'm saying. They have to be using manual cutting. A whole printer will understand what I'm saying. You are using there was nothing like latest latest machines then when I was learning it there. So he had the hand cutting machine. He had some little equipment with him there. So sometimes what he majorly did was finishing. He collects the contract. Sometimes he can do a lot of big book work. You understand? Maybe
Yeah.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000 copies. Then he will just say, yeah, now make a person, yeah, we're doing this one. So before we finish that one, it can take like 1 month because the book is like sometimes we do print for Nassarawa State University. You understand? We print for different publications. So that time there was nothing like digital printing there. There was nothing like digital printing in that location.
This was like what year? What year was this? How many years ago?
I think it was during that time was I think it was during Jonathan time. I can't give the specific year, but it was during
Okay.
Jonathan when
Okay.
Jonathan was still a president. Yeah, he was during a
So
president. I
so
remember that.
after you came to Lagos, what did you now do? Did you work
Yeah.
or did you just start your business right away? Did you work for anyone?
No, I didn't start right away. No, I told you that the reason me coming back to Lagos was because my dad was sick. You
Okay.
understand? So I had to stay to take care of him. Yeah. So I didn't start immediately. It was now maybe after he died, then I started looking for work. You understand? And they say, and it's just like then I was looking at which press can I partner with. You can be doing business with, you understand? Which was very hard for me then because I didn't understand the Lagos game. The printing of the north is different from Lagos. The way they print in Ibadan is different from the way they print from Lagos. So it was very hard for me to get. So it does that when I started moving up and down, trying to look for where I can partner with. I just got to a place and they say, why don't you work with us? You understand? They say, why don't you? But we will not pay you salary. They say will not pay you salary. But what you do is you will you will use the laminating machine, you will use the cutting machine. You understand?
Yeah.
They will
Yeah.
say they will show you how to do it. But in the long run, my my boss that time was Pastor Aziz. He now has a church at Navy Town here. Pastor Aziz. So he gave me the opportunity because nobody wanted me to do that. But he just said, let me try this guy, And I think within 1 or 2 months, he said, no, 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 that my performance was too much. That he cannot continue not paying me salary. So he had to talk to the MD and say, no, this guy is outperforming everyone here. Let's start to put him on, place him on salary. So that's how I started working with that press. And that press is an end time press, though it's shut down now. It's end time printing press, yeah. End time printing press. So that's how I end up working with them there. So, but working with them, the salary was little, but working with them was a privilege because I was now able to working with them was made me to understand the Lagos market and understand the printing game better because then I told you when I was in Nassarawa, it was analog printing I was majorly doing. But in Lagos here, I started understanding the digital printing press in Lagos here. So it was great, yeah. The
So
learning experience because if you are
so I
let's
have a
say
question. I have another
okay,
question.
continue,
So
ask the question.
so where else did you work? Like,
Yeah.
because I know you do graphic design and printing. So where else did you work and where did you learn
Mm-hmm.
to do design? Is this something you felt you could do, or is this something that you just stumbled into? So where else did you work? Did you work in any other place
Uh,
in your business?
yes, I worked after that place shut down. I stayed at home for some time again. You understand? Then later there was a man that used to come to our press at end time. That you know he used to come and cut. He used to gist. Then later I discovered that I was not working. I said, Mosi, you're not working. I didn't know you're not working. Yeah, would you work with me? You understand? I said this is what I was doing. So his own press was more digital. You understand? So I was like, okay, let me work with this and let me gain this experience of digital printing with him. Because I knew that in the future people will not like to work with analog printing again. People would like to work with more of digital because digital is fast. It's something you can get sharply. So I said, okay. I started projecting the future. I said, okay, let me work with this and gain some experiences. So, but from the graphic part was like there was a my guy David used to do graphics for me and he said, my friend said he's no more doing graphic again. I said, and I don't see anybody that I can be comfortable with to do my graphic jobs for me. So I said, and graphic is something that I like. I'm passionate about. So this graphic. Let me learn it. So in the long run, it's not that anybody. Even when I was working in the formal pay, I told them I could do graphic, but they did not believe me. So they did not even allow me to touch computer. They didn't allow me to touch computer then.
Mhm.
But while I was working in that press, anytime they send me a message, I always adjust the work because of the graphic experience that I have. Because if I carry my work to a press and say, okay, do this, they'll tell me, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. Make it like this. You understand? Because sometimes people forget that graphics is a major factor of printing. If the graphics is bad, you want to bring out a very poor job if you don't know the beginning of graphics. But people don't know that goes together. Printing graphics and printing goes together. So they didn't know that I used to adjust the work to ensure that the work come out well. You understand? So from that experiences make me to know, oh, this skill I have to learn it to so complement my printing. You
Okay,
understand?
okay.
And as
Let me. Sorry to cut you in because I'm looking at time.
yeah,
So yeah,
okay,
I know the journey, your journey, at least so far, of like you stumble
yeah.
into graphics now, graphic design. But I've seen your designs. Even what we use on the Dimac blog now, you designed it for us. Your designs are really, really good. Because
That yeah, the one that taught us graphics, sir.
I've done graphics before, and I know it's a lot of work, and it takes
Yes,
time,
sir. Yeah.
to actually be very good. Your designs are very good now. So are you saying that it was just those little adjustments you were doing That was how you learned.
No, you have to
And how
train.
did you become a
No,
very
it's not
good
just
in design?
you have to study now. You have to
Study
research
what?
because most time
Research
I
what?
do study graphics. Study
Is it that you
graphics.
read books or
There
you
is
went to a school or how did you learn?
no see. I'm a self-taught graphic artist. I went online like YouTube. You can go to YouTube.
Okay.
You can go to any platform that is you feel comfortable with. Even Instagram, you can go to Instagram, follow graphic design on Instagram. They can teach you some different tricks of things they are doing. But I think more of it is more passion. The passion I had for it. Because a lot of people, one man saw me one day and say, I thought you'd be a Yahoo boy. Because many people that are doing this your skill are all Yahoo boys now. So I'm surprised that you are still wearing short nika. Yes, I that's what he told me.
Who
He
is a
said,
Yahoo boy? For those that don't know, who is a
ah,
Yahoo boy?
I someone those that fraud that scam people.
Okay.
Now we call you
Online.
on the line and tell you send the account number, send the pin code to your WhatsApp or your Facebook something. That
Okay.
is Yahoo boys now. People that
Okay.
hand people back accounts. Yahoo boys not only white man though. Not only will also
So
affect us
so
here
so
too.
you did a lot of research, YouTube, yes, then over time. But did it take a very long time for you
Yeah.
to master it? Did it take, how long can you estimate?
Yes, it took a long time.
Like what range of
See,
time? Like
the
five
truth
years,
is that
10 years?
the truth is you can't learn a skill complete as I am now, I still study. You understand? I still
Okay.
research, I still do all those things. So you have to you have to be better than like sometimes now I started giving myself one month that I have to be better after each before it was when I started graphic, I started like this year I must know this thing. Next year I must do it. But I discovered that the more I'm researching, the knowledge is too wide. You understand? So it takes a long time to be a master. But even though you feel you are a master, you are not yet a master. As I am now, somebody will say I'm a master. But some people will come and meet me and say, come and teach me graphics. I'll build them. You understand? But they fail to understand that they feel that maybe when they learn it, because some people will tell you that want to learn graphics, it's 3 months. You understand? Some will tell you 6 months, 1 year. It's like you can't learn graphics within 1 year. Even 20 years sef, you cannot learn it finish. You understand? But for you to become a master in the skill, it takes you years. You understand? Because when I started graphic, you know now how my graphic was then. It was like akara. But then I thought I was a king.
Wow.
Oh. even now, even now when I look at the past, I'll say, this is the rubbish I did that time when somebody is even aiding me. You understand? You understand? And sometimes when I do my work, I try to compare myself with the best. You understand? Many people don't do that. They feel that when your local surroundings tell you are good at the job, then you feel that I'm good at it. I'm the champion of it. But I compare myself with the best. Then sometimes you don't limit yourself to one knowledge. You understand? Even later this year or last year was when I discovered that even the software we use, the one I commonly use, which is CorelDRAW, I discovered that Photoshop is even better than CorelDRAW. But because of our industry, because of the printing industry, I have to be using CorelDRAW to design. But if I want to do a digital print, I rather use Photoshop. So it takes a long time and a lot of practice. When I started learning graphics, then I started picking. I would walk on the floor. I'll see flyer. I'll pick the flyer because that time there was nothing like I was not aware of YouTube. You understand? I was not
So
aware of the digital
give
space.
us an estimate. Like if somebody wants to learn graphics, will it take 5 years? Will it take 10 years? Will it somebody that wants to be very good, that is serious? How long will it take?
And somebody that would be very good can take him 2 years. He
Okay.
can take him 2 years
Okay,
if
so
he's
I have
passionate
another
about it.
I have another question now. I want you to introduce Big Time Prints. Talk about what you do, because currently you're the CEO of Big Time Prints, and you've
Yeah.
left you worked for other people. You've gathered experience, design. You've done your research. You know you improved on the work, and I've seen your work is really good. So tell us about Big Time Print, where you are located, who your customers are, what kind of printing you do. What year did you start officially? And what
Yeah.
was located?
Um. My printing jobs. Me, the kind of printing I do is based on your flyers, your posters. The printing I do then was flyer poster, but now it does not that I'm moving into the branding part. You understand where we brand your business for you.
So in Nigeria now, the cost of materials have gone up. The cost of printing materials, paper, and all these things, ink, and the rest. Particularly because of the dollar increase, or dollar value that has gone up, exchange rates has gone up. So is printing still lucrative, and how do you manage such costs? And how do you, like, when you're dealing with your customers, how do you manage the costs for you to still make a profit?
Okay. The first question it's still profitable, but the problem there is, your customers. They have a budget for what they want to do, but due to the increment in price and services, it's very hard for them. So maybe if they are trying to do like 500 copies of a receipt now, they have to cut it to maybe 100. You understand? Which will also affect our own profit. You understand? So, and in terms of materials for us, why it's bad for us because imagine you want to buy a machine now, like maybe you budget that is like 4 million, 6 million to buy that machine. Then all of a sudden you go to market and discover that machine that used to be 4 million now is now 12 million. You understand? That's a very big problem. Or the materials you are buying is expensive. Now, one of the biggest challenges I faced within these few months in the market is that more of inferior products are more in the market. You understand? What with the material used for printing are now inferior, so you face that challenges. And if you use inferior products, that you having bad print at the end. So I think that's one of the bigger challenges we have. It affects business. It affects business, and there's low patronage for a lot of printers. Yes, and low patronage. People don't, you know, things that people normally print like banners. Something that you used to print 10,000, now you are now printing it for 40,000. You understand? So instead of you printing that, maybe because normally people used to print banners for their children birthday. But now when they hear that big banner they used to print for 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 is now 40,000, what will you think will happen? Say leave the banner alone. Let me go and keep the money for rice. Let me save that money for half bag of rice.
Interesting.
So I need to go and use it to print,
So how will
Yes, sir.
how will a
So
print and now
that's
survive
one of
now? How will a print and now survive?
uh,
Do they have to do
how
another
a
business,
printer will
add something
survive.
else to the business, or what do they do?
You just have to be creative in a sense that,
You have
like
to create
now, I've
business.
started moving to more. And what I mean by creative is that you need to start exploring other businesses. Like now, I'm doing two businesses. I'm doing graphic and I'm doing printing. You understand? So if people are not, if people really want to do something, people will always do the digital business. You understand? If money person doesn't have money to print a flyer, doesn't have money to print a cosmetic, at least he's going to print. He's going to design a flyer on his website. You understand? You will need a You will need a flyer on his social media account. So sometimes you need to be creative when you are doing the business. You understand? You need to think of, or you think of things people need to print. They need is a must because some companies when they give us job they print what they need. You understand? Because if they don't print those things, it can affect the business, like your documentation, your letterhead. People think that letterhead will fade up. It can't fade up because you need that letterhead to document. You need receipt to document your stock booklet. All those things. Those are things that people don't they can't do without. Some other things people can do without those things in printing, but not all the whole printing materials. That's why when somebody asks you, is the printing, nobody is printing banner, nobody is doing that, I will just laugh. He said that the person doesn't understand the business. Yeah, that doesn't
So
understand the business.
I have a
People now
question.
print. Okay,
Okay, no, finish your thought.
okay.
People are printing
Yeah,
what?
so come out, people print a lot of banners now.
Why?
Yeah, that's and they print more banners than they own because you need to advertise your business.
Okay, okay, that's
Yes, and you have a shop now.
yeah.
You don't put banner. How would they know that you're in a shop? You
What about
understand?
signage? You don't do
It's based on
signage,
the
right?
value.
Signage is not is signage classified under
Signage,
printing.
I yes, it's also part of printing, but it's another branch. I'm
Okay.
also into that signage. I did signage for someone last year. I did it for a school. That is Jane Park. That school is as
So are
well.
you a
I
jack
did it
of all
for them
trades now?
last year.
Is that how you survive? You have to do a bit of
Oh,
everything.
it's not being, no, it's not jack of all trades. It's under my industry. You
Okay.
understand? It's just that now, if you are doing, no, I told you that there are different aspects of printing.
Mm,
You understand? So if you are doing, like now, I'm doing graphics, I'm doing printing, and I'm into going into brands.
mm,
You understand? So you see that brand now, that signage is also under brand. You understand? Signage is under brand. Wallpaper is not a normal printing. It's not normal printing. It's also brand. You understand? So there's a lot of things under brand. Branding of your office, the way you have, like all those, what they call it, access bank, their outlook is a brand.
okay, so I have a
You
question.
understand?
I have a question because you mentioned budgets
Yeah.
that people have a lower budget. It's like some
Mm.
people have a fixed budget of what they want to pay. When a client comes to you and you give the client a price and the client gives you a lower budget, that oh, this is what I can afford. Do you turn down the job or do you find a way to work with that budget and make some losses? Or how do you manage people that have a lower budget to the price you're giving?
Um, a lower budget. There's a market standard price. Hmm? If you go below that like market standard price, you can't say you want to collect that job, except you want to move to a terrible loss, which I did earlier this year. I made a terrible loss because I didn't know the cost of the materials. I thought maybe it was the same thing. I know that the thing has skyrocketed. So even though they go to the east, to the west, because sometimes for a customer to come and meet you that he wants to do something, that means he is in need of that. So if he does not do it with you, you'll find somebody else to pick. You understand? But you have to be honest with your. If I try to work with his own budget, I can give him an inferior product, inferior something. I will not even give him what he really wants. So why should I take that risk? Yes, if my customer come and tell me I want to do like some people now, some people can say I want to build 1,000 flyers. You understand? And the price you give the printer is not up to 1,000 flyers. There's a possibility you can print 800 for you, or maybe 500, and give it to him, and you'll be happy, and you will not know that he has he has done that. I see it a lot of times. The customer will come and say, you are, I was so, this person, he cheated me. Did you know the name of the printer?
that's
You know the name of the
that's
printer?
funny.
But yeah, it's the truth now. It happens.
But that's
Yeah,
not good
so
business
you see,
now.
that's one
That's
of the
that's not
challenges.
a way. It's not a way to sustain the business because the
No,
customer will go somewhere else.
it's not,
So how do you do it the
yes.
right
And you
way?
see now,
What's the right way to do it?
when you do it the right way, your customer will come back to you because he know that
What's
you
the
are
right
honest with
way?
him.
What's the right way? Do you say, okay, I can't print
The,
that amount for this budget? I'll print a lower amount.
yes,
Okay,
you have to be plain
that
with them.
makes some sense.
You have to
That
be
means the
plain with them.
customer has to also
Because
have
when
a
they go
price.
out,
Mm,
yeah, no, the customer go out. He will leave you. You may go to somebody
okay,
else
okay,
and discover that
okay,
this person he that did it for him did rubbish. He will come back to you
okay, okay, okay. I
because
get
you
it.
are honest with him.
Can anybody do printing, or is it? Do you have to be some like? Do you have to be skillful or talented to do printing? Can anybody go into it? Like when I started, I did a bit of
Yeah.
printing, graphics and print.
Yes.
I was frustrated, out of it
Yeah.
at some point. I used to see people that, just fresh out of school, they go into printing, they go and sit at mushin, then they collect the job, get designer to do, and sometimes they do a really terrible job. So
Yeah.
over time, I realized that maybe it's not meant for everybody. So what do you say about that?
It's not for everybody. Anybody can do printing. You understand? But you need to learn the trade. You cannot just say you want to go into printing like that. Yes, I was privileged to work with different persons to understand printing. You cannot just go into and say because the market is an open market. When you lose millions, you know that it's not an open market. I was seeing a lot of people that I was seeing somebody that has printed because they are not.
And I've heard stories too. Heart attack.
Yes, heart attack.
When you
You
lose
just
millions.
find out who you discover.
And another
When
question
it
I
has
have
when you
in
lose
regard to
money.
that, it seems that because I notice people will always want you to use your money to print before paying. Why is that a trend? Is that the normal thing?
Yes,
Is that normal? Because
and it's not a normal thing. Do you know why? Because some printers do mess up. Now
okay,
they give the job to quack. When you give job
oh,
to quack, and they hold your money, they go out because they want to make profit. And they try to maneuver the job. Give them a cheap job. Yeah, so they want to maneuver it and say, I want to make profit from this thing. No
hmm,
matter, no matter. You understand? Then when you give it to him, some companies pay 100%. You understand? But when they now print, they now bring it to you, you'll be like, this is not our standard though. This is not our color. That's why,
wow,
yes, yeah, you understand what I mean. This is not our
I do.
color. This is not this and that. So because you don't know the trade,
Hmm,
you feel that maybe somebody is giving you 1 million, it's big money. I've seen somebody who printed a job he printed like 1,000 calendar, and he
hmm,
said he's even adding his money to it because he felt that maybe the person is giving him 5 million. He feel 5 million is big money,
hmm.
so he felt that let me just collect it like that, anyhow. You understand? And it's not like that. You make loss if you don't understand this. If you don't understand the trade, you will make loss, and you can
So
kill yourself.
what's the right way now to go into it? What would you advise give out what advice would you give someone that wants to start printing? Like person is green, is fresh, doesn't know anything, but has maybe some
You should
passion.
go and work with you should go and work with a press first.
Okay.
You understand? Because you from the outside, I see a lot of novice entering the business, and sometimes when they do work, I will just be laughing. Some people will say, I want to print this and that, this and that. And from your graphics, there's error. From graphics alone, the graphics you are doing alone, there's an error inside.
Hmm.
Even though when you take it to one person and say, do the plate for me. Okay, there's error there. You say, no, 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 please leave it like that, leave it like that. Then when they print the plate for you, give it to the operator.
Beginning of
Operator will print
trouble.
it like that. Beginning of trouble, and you start shouting, "Yeah, work is not good. This and that. My client cannot take it because you failed to learn. You didn't learn the basics of it.
Hmm.
You need to work somewhere. There's a lot of pressure in it. You cannot be working in. You cannot be doing printing and you cannot stand pressure.
Okay, so I have a question now.
Like
How do you okay,
yeah.
are you rounded up? Just because of time. Um
Yes, no,
how do
continue.
you
Ask.
manage customers that owe you? Because usually we have
Oh,
those kind of
guys.
issues where customers will pay part or will tell you like in printers, okay, use your money to print. And maybe the job is okay,
Yeah.
there's no issues. Maybe the customer will not pay you less than you agreed, or the customer will not even pay you your balance for months and you keep dragging. But now you delivered the job. So how do you manage those kind of situations?
The first thing I've studied is that when it's not a corporate organization, I don't do that. You understand? And if you are, I'm going to work with it to prevent this one. I'm talking about to prevent such debt. There has to be a form of documentation where the company gives you a PO. If you don't give me a PO, I will not do it
What's
because
the
now you
PO?
are putting me at a
Sorry, what's
PO
the
is
PO?
purchase order.
Okay, so if a
Purchase
purchase
order.
order is like a written document requesting for the service.
Yes.
Okay,
Bank
that
can
makes
give you loan when they see your purchase order. You understand? Bank can give you loan when they see that purchase order. Okay, this a company has ordered you to do this, they will give you a loan. You understand? So I that's how I prevent it because when you are working with an individual, that's where that issue mostly come out. So if I'm working with an individual, I ensure that I collect 80% or even 100% of the job. Because for me to collect 100% means I've built a level of trust that you know that your money is not running away.
yeah,
Yes, and somebody can even have a office and can still run away with your money. But because
yeah.
of the long relationship I've kept with a lot of people, they know that this guy can't run without. You understand? And sometimes, when I've been working from day one, I try to build business of the future, not business of na. You understand? Business of the future is that people can trust you and say, okay, and when they hear your name, they say, that guy, don't worry, give him the job. Nothing will happen to him. You understand? If they print like one happened to me last week where the client gave me a design to go and print for her, and I printed the job. And she opened it, she saw that the print and the picture of that person was like cartoon. She was now shouting on me and said, why did you finish? I said, madam, but that's what you sent to me. You understand?
Yeah.
She thought maybe I was trying to be manipulative with her. Then she checked her phone and saw it like that. That if it I were to be at fault in that print, I will reprint it back.
Okay.
You understand? That's how to create trust with people.
Okay.
So when people trust you, 100%, you can pay 80%. Most times, most of my customers say they even come to office. How sweet it is. Yes, sir, because I have built trust with them over the years. Yes, and if they don't trust you, nobody will do business with you.
So
You understand?
do you have like an office you work from or you work from home? Or how do you work?
I, I work from home. I work from office.
Okay.
You understand? Depending on what the customer wants. You understand?
Okay.
Majorly, sometimes I don't. It depends, yeah. Depends on.
Okay, now
Sometimes,
the question
some clients in the night. Yeah,
some
some
clients
clients wake me up in the night and I'll call me. Some clients work call me at night to this print
okay.
for them. Yeah, yeah.
So like to take your business to the next level now, what is the next level for your business and what do you need to take the business to that level?
And for me to take my business, it should grow my equipment. You understand? Because I need more equipment to run my business. You understand? More printing
What
machines
kind of okay.
and more printing machines. Then um, technical know-how. Technical know-how is that you have staffs available who know how to operate those machines. Because one of the challenges a lot of people some people see that printing is money, but there's always a challenge, technical know-how. If you don't employ a staff that knows how to operate the machine, you'll be out of business within months, not 1 year. 1 year is
Wow.
too much.
So
Within months.
like
So
how much can yeah, like how much can a printing press make in a month, in a year on the average?
you can make like at least at least for a press that is just surviving can make like 200. Then at most you
100,000
can
naira
make at mid-range, let's say at mid-range, you can make like 5 million
a month
at
or a year.
mid-range a month. No, a month, not a
A
year.
month. Okay.
Depending on your equipment. Yeah,
Equipment.
depending on the equipment you have.
What about customers?
Yes.
What about
And customers, you
customers?
can get customers.
Okay.
Customers are customers once they know you have one or two things because majorly I prefer to work with the corporate clients.
Okay.
You understand? So
Why?
I still want to divide my business. I still want to divide my business into two. That is the corporate clients and individual clients. You understand? Corporate
Okay.
clients is that's why I'm going into more in branding. You know, I told you that I was going into branding from day one.
Yeah.
So that one is handling corporate clients. Then the individual clients too will be there too. You know, so where they want those ones, they want to bring Jota, they want to do something for their souvenirs, banner, you understand. Even the individual clients, they are, all of them are all important because individual clients can connect you to the corporate clients.
Yeah.
You
That's
understand. So I don't mess with two of them. Two of them are on the hand.
okay.
They
So
work hand in hand.
to wrap up, I would like to know your plans for the future, like for big time prints. You want
Okay.
to have offices in London, US, all over the world, or what are your plans? Like looking at 10 years from now, what do you plan to do with, to for the business or with the business or in the business?
First of all, I would like to conquer West Africa first. And then from West Africa, then I can project to Africa. Then from Africa to the world. That's my own plans.
Okay,
Uh,
that's good.
yeah,
That's global expansion now.
yeah, you're right. But you have to conquer your house first. Once you conquer house, anyone can be. You can be in Ghana, you can be in Togo, you
Yeah.
can be in. And I would like to travel because I discovered that I would like to travel to other West African nations.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why is there
because
anything special happening there?
um, it's just like one of the things that I appreciate was in this life was that I went to the north, so I was able to understand there's a different mentality.
Yeah.
But then I was able to understand that I'm not in a one scope kind of world. We have diverse things. So going to other places give you a different kind of challenges because if Apple now wants to establish his factory in Nigeria, he's not going to work with the mentality, the American mentality it has, or a China mentality. He's going to work with Nigerian mentality. So it is another challenge for them.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it's another challenge.
That makes a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of sense.
another challenge. So me going to another place is another challenge I have to conquer. But I want to conquer home first. Once I
Yeah.
can conquer home.
From
And they
Nigeria
say
to the world.
Nigeria is even more. Yeah, Nigeria is more rough than the other African countries. At least you can go other African and easily. But Nigeria, if you can survive here, you can survive anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So thank you for coming
yeah,
to the Dimac Blog. Thank you for coming on
I'm
for this
I'm,
short
I'm
interview.
honored, sir.
So
I'm very
wish you
honored.
all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you, sir. I wish you the same too.
Okay. Bye bye.